Shalom, brothers and sisters, and welcome to Rasta Vida. I had a dream last night, and it's quite relevant for what the body is going through at this moment, at this time. So it's a wisdom, knowledge, and understanding revelation breakdown. The Ruach HaKodesh always speaks in greater detail in how the pieces of the puzzle fit together. So I encourage you, take a screenshot of these notes, put it in a ministry section, and as teachers and students, let's grab our notebooks and learn together and let the Ruach HaKodesh lead the way in what he wants to teach us, show us, explain to us as he breaks down and brings together the pieces of the puzzle for us. I'm going to jump straight into the dream that I had last night, early this morning, so it would be 8th of June, which was today's date. With Australia, we put the date first, then the month, then the year. So I made a note of that at the top. As you can see, the 8th of the 6th, 24. Now let's jump straight into it. Take a screenshot, save it in your notes, and grab a notebook and a pen, and let's jump right into it. The dream was, I saw a broken ring glowing before me, and I was staring at it. Then suddenly a brighter light emerged and the broken ring was restored as it was shining very brightly. It looked like the ring was never broken in the first place. And then a voice said to me in the dream, where it was broken, it will be restored. A full circle will happen. Where you started is where it will finish, the mystery. What was broken will be made straight again. Okay? Now the date, 8624, in Hebrew actually means strong, might, mighty, okay? And the reason why this is relevant, because Yahweh is perfect, he even speaks through numbers as well. So it is relevant to the point and the meaning and the theme of the dream. The Ruach HaKodesh gave me the breakdown of this dream, and it means that Yahweh will show his strength, his might, and his mighty hand of his outstretched arm at this point. Galilee means circle. So I'm not sure if a lot of people, my brothers and sisters, are familiar with meanings of some Hebrew terms, but they too are prophetic. They have a meaning and a relevance to if it pops up in dreams or we come across it in the Bible when we're praying, because the towns in Hebrew have a certain meaning and it's relevant to the theme of what the Ruach HaKodesh is trying to say. And the reason why he explains in so much detail, so you can understand the bigger picture. It's kind of like a puzzle with so many little pieces that as you put it together, you understand the finer, minor breakdown of it all. So as I mentioned, Galilee means circle. And Yeshua, if you've noticed in the Bible, he started at Galilee and then came back there. Okay? The Ruach HaKodesh also explained to me that there is a spiritual cleansing that is happening right now. In all the believers, there's a deep spiritual cleansing that is happening. And once this is completed, we will go back to the beginning. And the end is the beginning, and the beginning is the end. I know that sounds quite strange, but if you saw one of my videos about the revelation of the clock face, if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out, because you see the clock face is a circle shape as well. Galilee means circle. My dream, I saw a circular ring, but it was broken and then restored back to a full circle shape again. So there's this relevance of a full circle turning. And because if you see on the clock face, the 12 is the beginning, but also the end, which is very, very relevant. I'm going to say that again. We will go back to the beginning. The end is the beginning, and the beginning is the end. There's a full circle of our Galilee that will be completed. The full circle will be completed and the mystery of it all is revealed. Okay, so there's a mystery that's about to be revealed when we go back to the beginning or come to the end. That's where the mystery takes place. It's a full revelation, a full circle that's happening. You can see on my third note, I've got the seventh seal is named Shamriel. Okay, this is a big educating revelation that Ruach HaKodesh showed me when he broke down the symbols and the meanings of the seven seals that are written in the book of Revelations for me. So I will be doing a separate video of each of the seven seals, what the symbols, the meaning, the deeper revelation and understanding behind it, which is very fascinating. And when it posts, I strongly recommend that you do check it out and you do share it so everyone can have a deeper understanding of the dimensions of the Bible, of the spiritual realm. The seventh seal is named Shamriel, and it looks like that symbol at the top, kind of like a curly number 6 in a way. So the Shamriel seal symbol looks like that, okay? Which is very similar to the letter Mem, as you can see the second symbol in Hebrew. Very similar. It's kind of like it's not completed, it's still open, there's a brokenness to it. But if you look at the final Mem, the Sophet, it's a completed Mem. Okay, so you see something that's broken and then you see something that's back together. So the first Mem is broken. It's opened. It's not completed. But the final Mem, the Sophet, is a completed full circular squarish shape, if that makes sense. But it's still a completed from start to end of a 360 degree shape. Okay. If you go to Ecclesiastes 7:13, it says, "Consider the work of Yahweh, for who can make straight what he has made crooked?" So he made the Shamriel, the seventh seal, crooked. But through Yeshua, we are completed. It will be complete. It will be joined together again. So you can see where I'm going with this. So let's go ahead and finish the revelation, okay? The seventh seal opened in the book of Revelations. There was silence in heaven. There was a silence in heaven. And it mentions about half hour. Follow me here. The oath, as you can see in the blue note, it says Akae Beka. What is that? I'll explain it. The oath between Yahweh and angels and creation will be fulfilled. This is called the Akae Beka, which in the book of Enoch, which is mentioned, is the oath between Yahweh and Archangel Michael to bring in the victory. I'm going to say that again. The Akae Beka was an oath between Yahweh and Archangel Michael in the book of Enoch to bring in the victory. I'm sure many of us are waiting for victory in our lives, situations, circumstances, families right now. So this is happening. The word Akaye is the secrets or mysteries of the cycles of earth. And Beka means half a shekel, or the half time, the half an hour, like the half hour wait in heaven when the seventh seal is opened. It actually means relying on the Messiah, which we know is Yeshua HaMashiach. The oath of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob covenant it will be fulfilled. The circle of the covenant will be completed. Shamriel is actually an angel. And the angel's name means guardian of the covenant or oath. The seventh seal is the crown. A crown is a circular shape. So for a deeper, wider revelation, walk with me. Life and light is birthed. Like the circle of life, and the glowing light is a circular shape when it glows. So there's a circle, a ring, the symbols, the circle of life, the glowing light of a light. It's a fulfillment of what was spoken to the anointed people. This is what's happening. There's a fulfillment. Total reconciliation is coming and is happening. So when something's reconciled, like you can see the broken letters, the open letters, it's broken, it's opened, it doesn't look fixed, it doesn't look completed, it doesn't look reconciled from point A to point B. But if you see the final mem, it is completed, it is connected. And because Shamriel, as I mentioned earlier, means let me just go back to my notes. Shamriel, oh, here we go. Shamriel is the angel, which means guardian of the covenant and oath. So it's like it's still opened, but once the seventh seal is mended and broken, as we rely and wait on Yeshua, he will complete it like the final mem, bring it back to its beginning, as the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning, to the point. So it's like there's a victory. We're waiting for the Yahweh to fulfill his oath that he said to Archangel Michael to go ahead, bring victory for the people, and complete the mystery. So the Shamriel, the seal, will be completed. The oath will be completed. The covenant will be completed. The mystery will be completed. And it will bring a reconciliation again from point A to point B, like a circle shape, like Galilee. Now, the sin that's being battled at the moment is the lie. The lie of death. Okay? Any form of lie of the enemy. We need to overcome that lie. And this is why we rely on Yeshua, have faith in him, wait on him, and we will overcome and have victory over the lies of the enemy. Okay? And we have the keys, as Yeshua has the keys. He will hand over the keys to us as he calls his people out of, the darkness, the Hades, what I had mentioned in one of my other videos. And the keys of David will be handed to us because it was handed to Yeshua, and we will get that victory. The sin to overcome right now, and I'll repeat it again because there is a deep importance with this, is the lie. Any form of lie of the enemy. And we are all battling it right now because it's a big spiritual lie. As we are elevating and going higher with Yahweh, the lies of the enemy are stopping that final breakthrough so we can cross over into our Galilee, to the beginning, or to complete the mystery, which is the absolute truth. Okay, the enemy likes to block, and he's trying to block the breakthrough with his lies. Okay, the key of the seal is self-control. During this moment, there needs to be a big, deep, centered form of self-control, whether it be the mouth, mind, heart, body, soul, spirit. In order to overcome the lies of the enemy, we need to have self-control. Because when we control ourselves, we are holding ourselves in the truth of what the Bible says, of what Yahweh says, and we can overcome that lie of the enemy with truth. The word mem and the letter mem in Hebrew, there's a double meaning. It means mouth and waters. So I want to question all my brothers and sisters, what water is coming from your mouth? Is it the springs of life, or is it bitterness and death? Because as the enemy is launching attacks and pouring out his lies, we need to control our mouths, because our mouths bring life or death. And this is the final test of overcoming the lies of the enemy. And that we can receive life when we speak life, and we overcome the death, which is the lies of the enemy, with the life of the words of Yeshua, the Bible. So it's the spiritual seed. What are we pouring out from our mouth? Regardless if it comes from our mind, heart, or soul, there's a seed. Is it the seed of the beast? Like beast-like? Death, negative, or is it the seed of life, which is the Son Yeshua, being positive and speaking faith and speaking truth no matter what we think or feel, because we are moving in a higher spiritual platform which is high above our understanding and feelings and thoughts. That's a big one right there. Revelations 10:7. It says, "But in the days of the sounding of the seventh angel, when he is about to sound, the mystery of Yahweh would be finished, as he declared to his servants, the prophets." This is what's happening right now. Shamriel is about to sound from heaven, so that the mystery of Yahweh would be finished. And the interesting thing is, Yahweh has already spoken to his people through this battle, whether it be through dreams, visions, or his word, in a very subtle way of what's going to happen, what the truth is. But for some reason, the lies of the enemy has clouded the atmosphere. And so he's going to do what he says. And we are going to know that when we hear that subtle light, that his subtle voice, despite of the winds and the attacks of the enemy, which is happening at the moment, he will call us to himself, because we have gone on a thread of faith, which is that size of a mustard seed. We are walking with everything we've got, with our soul, in order to come to that spiritual truth. So it's like the death of ourselves coming into that spiritual truth. The miracle of the Ruach HaKodesh will close the open mem. So you can see that mem, the second symbol, is opened. The miracle of the Ruach HaKodesh will close it, to which what was broken and crooked, and makes the crooked mem straight again to the final mem. So that little part that's opened, we are waiting for the Ruach HaKodesh to complete the miracle, as we wait for the Akae Beka, relying on our Messiah, for Yahweh to fulfill his oath, to give the go-ahead, the green light to Archangel Michael to throw the false accuser of the brethren out of the spiritual realm of the wicked hosting places, so we can be complete. What was broken in the beginning will be fixed in the end. I'm going to repeat that. These are mind-blowing revelations. It's spiritual droplets to soothe and heal our soul, our mind, our heart, so we can understand and have wisdom of what's going on. Our spiritual eyes are opening right now. What was broken in the beginning will be fixed in the end. It's a reflection of like how Yeshua went back to Galilee in a circle to fix and correct what was broken. Remember, Yeshua started at Galilee, left, things got broken. When he came back, he fixed it. A full circle. The wheel is a shape of a circle and is aligning the mind, heart, and soul to the Father, Son, and the Ruach HaKodesh. Like a wheel of time travel to clean, restore, and fix what was broken from the beginning. There's a spiritual cleansing that's happening that's bringing us back to that point. He's cleaning out the spiritual realm that is clouding our soul to see with the spiritual truth through his eyes of the Ruach HaKodesh. If you go to Deuteronomy 6:4, you will hear there's a prayer. In Hebrew, we call it the Shema prayer. It's very similar, and it sounds very similar to Shemril, the Shema prayer. This is what it says, Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, Adonai Elohim, Yahweh is one. Like how the Son Yeshua, Father and the Ruach HaKodesh are one, Yeshua also states the same in Mark 12:29. So we are becoming one with him. There's a circle of motion that we are becoming one with the Father, one with the Son, one with Ruach HaKodesh. That's aligning the mind of the Father, the heart of the Son, Yeshua, and the going from soul to spirit, which is that of the Ruach HaKodesh. The soul is the human spiritual version of the spirit, but the Ruach HaKodesh is the pure spiritual truth of the heaven spiritual realm. Not the earthly soul, but the spiritual heaven. And this is the big shift, the big birthing of the light and the life that is bringing the people from the soulish realm to the spiritual realm. But we have to stop fighting in the spiritual realm. We have to let it happen. We have to make it happen. We cannot fight it. We cannot resist it. We cannot keep clinging on to our anger or pain and make excuses all the time. He's like, let me finish it. Let me finish what I started. It must be done my way. Rely on the Messiah. Rely on Yeshua so the Akae Beka can be completed. So I can complete you and bring you from death to life and to overcome, be an overcomer, to conquer the seventh seal, the seven mountains. You're faithful to be the remnant, to grab that oil of the Ruach HaKodesh. We cannot achieve it at our own. It's the miracle of the Ruach HaKodesh that will join it together and connect it all together. The spiritual eye will be restored in order to see the spiritual truth. And that is happening right now. Okay? So it is the power of the Ruach HaKodesh that connects the Father and Son together. To go higher with Ruach HaKodesh, we need to really spiritually humble ourselves. Stop believing the lies of the enemy. Stop speaking and agreeing in covenant with the lies of the enemy. Control ourselves. He's addressing the mouth because mem means mouth and waters. What type of water is being poured out of, our soul? Is it bitter? Is it anger? Is it pain? We need to stop that, control ourselves, control our mouth, and speak life, the living waters, which brings life to our soul, life to our spirit. It is a big test. In order to conquer this is one of the biggest tests before coming into the promised land or going to reaching Mount Zion. Like I said, Mount Zion means joy and salvation. We cannot keep speaking the opposite of joy and the opposite of salvation. In order to grab and conquer that mountain, we need to stop the lies of the enemy, stop believing it, control our mouths, speak the Shema prayer, so we can go into that full circle. And it's that birthing of being reconnected to the beginning. And Yahweh is going to do this with his strong, mighty, outstretched arm. Because you know why? He loves us. And he's not going to let us stay in the murky waters or among beasts or whatever situation we're in that we can sense in the spiritual realm, being surrounded by our enemies. He's not going to allow that. But we must be sanctified in order to be glorified. Powerful revelations. Bless you, brothers and sisters. this is the word that's happening because this is what I saw in the spiritual realm. And shalom. Bless you all and enjoy your night. Amen.